Okay, cool. So both of you guys are parents. Just want us to explain to us your first pregnancy. Was it what you imagined it would be? And what are the things that really surprised you about your body?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I was 22 when I first got pregnant. So, like, my experience was completely different to when I was much older. For one, I had no expectations because I wasn't even expecting that I was pregnant, right? And I don't think there were a lot of body changes. I was pretty small, and I think my weight size didn't increase that much. And it was a pretty easy pregnancy. It wasn't like all these horror things that I hear people say about morning sickness and swollen feet and all of that. You know, my pregnancies have been straightforward.
So all of them?
All of them have been straightforward. Of course, what did surprise me was that in my head, I'd always thought that when your water breaks, like the water gushes out, you know, like in the movies, like it's like a hose pipe, like and that didn't happen with me.
So you're like, what's wrong?
So I was in labor, and I knew I was in labor because the contractions were like, the contractions were quite severe, right? But because my water hadn't broken, I didn't think this baby's coming now. So I literally almost had my daughter in the car going to the hospital. And I remember when I got, because I was in Durban, I was back home, when I got to St. Augustine Hospital, I just remember when I saw the hospital, I started screaming like, somebody get this baby out of me. Because Uma in the car kept saying, don't let the baby out.
But was it anything that you expected, that whole process?
No, it wasn't. And I didn't think it would be as quick as it was, but I think she had pushed out so much. So by the time I got to the labor ward, literally that entire process took less than 5 minutes. She literally dived out of me. By the time Uma got to labor ward, I delivered.
Wow,
yeah.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were 22 when you had your first child. I had my child when I was 26.
So just hold on. I'm not asking anybody to have a child at 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was quite difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was okay to have a child at 26 because that's what I wanted. And everything was exciting for me. I mean, when I first found out I was pregnant, I thought it was a prank because I had so many false alarms. I'm like, I think I'm pregnant. No, I'm not taking that pregnancy test. 2 days later, you're like, Yeah, so I was very excited. I mean, I remember I went for my check. The first time I found out I was 4 weeks, I went for a checkup 2 weeks later, and I had a scan, 6 weeks. I had another scan at 10.
Just to make sure.
Another scan at 12. And I had, later on when I could tell the gender, I went to 4 different gynaes, and they all said, you were expecting a boy.
Yeah.
But there was no way I was expecting a boy. I mean, I dreamt, and Daddy also dreamt that it was a girl. So we're having a girl.
Yeah.
Daddy already bought a car seat, Minnie Mouse. So but everything, I was excited.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was taking pictures of every week. I couldn't wait to, I don't know if it was the same with you, I started showing much later, I think 24, 25 weeks. So 6 months going into the 7th month, that's when I started. And all along it was flat.
Okay. I started showing early. But I mean, my journey was definitely a lot different to yours, especially with the first pregnancy. Definitely much different. I was much younger. There were a lot of stereotypes and negativity coming from family and society because I was young, and I just finished, I just graduated. So it was like, are you having a baby now?
Now,
kind of thing. Yeah.